Introducing the epic new Swift. Time to go swifting.
वॉचो ऐप पे देखो एक OTT के दाम पे सारे OTT शान से.
Only about 8 months ago, Bangladesh suffered a scathing defeat to the Netherlands at the Men's ODI World Cup 2023. But they've got their revenge at Kingstown in St Vincent, and at the venue where Bangladesh claimed their first ever overseas test win back in 2009. 15 years later, they've earned 2 significant points in their potential passage through to the Super 8s of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2024. We look back on Bangladesh's 25-run win over the Netherlands on Maruti Suzuki Arena. Presents ESPN Cricket for Timeout, powered by Dish TV Watcho, in the company of Varun and Farveez Maharoof. One last time this Thursday evening. Gentlemen, thank you for your time. Farveez, I'll start with you. That margin will look like it was a comfortable win, but if you just go back to about 6 overs back in the chase, at the 14-over mark, Netherlands would have felt like they had a chance.
Definitely. I thought the game changer was the 15th over ball by Rashad Hussain. One settled batsman in Engelbreth, and then Basilidi, one of the best hitters when it comes to in the associate countries as well as in the county championship, was dismissed in tandem. So I reckon that was a game changer. And yeah, what a magnificent win by Bangladesh. Under pressure coming into this game, have to win this by put one foot forward for that second round, second place in the group, and they did it in style in the end.
2 wins so far, and both of them have had a telling contribution from a 21-year-old leg spinner. He was taken down a bit in his first over today, but to come back and then bowl that over, 56 needed in 6 overs with 7 wickets in hand, generally you'd favour the chasing side, but that's where Rashad Hussain, as Farveez points out, dealt the decisive blow.
I mean, it's very obvious that Rashad Hussain bowled really, really well, but he should thank Mohammedullah, because Mohammedullah got Vikramjit Singh out, and that was a very, very important wicket, especially in the context of how Vikramjit Singh was playing. He was playing very freely, taking down the very crucial overs of Shakib and Rashad. And now, if these two guys had a left-hander of the quality of Vikramjit Singh in the middle, and Mohammedullah hadn't got him out, then it could have been a very different story. So I think Mohammedullah started that collapse, which we saw, and then obviously Rashad Hussain coming back, and he's been a handful to all the righties throughout the competition, and great bowler, a star to look out for in the future.
I'll take that point to you, Farveez, because you'd mentioned in our build-up to the game that this would be a game that will challenge Najmul Hussain Shanto's captaincy and the decision-making, and that's what came into play, because Vikramjit Singh, as Varun points out, was taking down Shakib and Rashad to then get Mahmudullah, and with instant effect was also quite a decisive moment in this game.
Yes, I completely agree with Varun. That was a master call by Shanto. I'm sure Shakib Al Hasan would have had a big say in that, in getting Mahmood Riyad into the attack. Off spinner, it didn't turn that much, but just that even before the ball was delivered, Vikramjit was off his bike and he was down the ground. He was just premeditating whether to go stay down the ground. So that's where the difference was. So I reckon, if that over was survived by Vikramjit, things would have been different, I'm sure. Then Mahmudullah would have bowled his second over as well. But this is what T20 cricket is. You take the bold call. Sometimes you go with the gut. And most of the time, which I've learned over the years, is going with the gut is the way forward in T20.
Yeah. Even after those blows from Mahmudullah early and then Rashad Hussain through that 15th over, the Dutch would have still felt some hope. 5 wickets in hand. What was it? I think 44 needed of the last 4. And then Mustafizur Rahman with 2 clutch death overs.
Look, like I said, I feel Bangladesh has a really, really good bowling attack. You cannot leave too many against somebody like Fizz, because he, on such conditions, is going to be more than a handful where the ball actually does grip off the surface. That just brings in that beautiful off-cutter of his, which dips, which turns. And if you're not used to playing somebody like him, say in a competition like the IPL, where a lot of batsmen are used to facing Fizz, then it gets very difficult for you to suddenly face him out of the blue and take him down in those overs, especially when you have too many runs to get.
Farveez, Wayne, nothing new I know with Mustafizur Rahman, but to keep doing it over and over again speaks to the class of the bowler.
Absolutely. I think his subtle wrist, what he has, I think he can rotate it 180 degrees, which is quite rare for a cricketer, and he could actually do that. And slow ball into the pitch against a right-hander. I mean, when the right-handers are trying to target the cover corner towards mid-wicket all along on. That's tough work, especially in a pitch which grips on a little bit. So I reckon Fizz has done this job over the years, but when it matters the most experienced players standing up is a plus point for Bangladesh, Fizz as well as Shakib Al Hasan.
Just focusing on the Dutch batting for a moment, to have stayed in the chase as long against this Bangladesh attack, which, as both of you point out, is a credible one, points to a commendable effort from the Dutch side as well, as much as it will pinch them that these 2 points could have been priceless.
True, I thought Vikramjit Singh was really good to start off with. He kept the tempo, kept the Dutch ahead of the game. Engelbrecht obviously was giving him really good partnership through there, and then that main partnership of Engelbrecht and Scott Edwards through the middle was very, very crucial for them. But then again, Rishad Hussain came in, showed his class, and actually got them out with some really, really good bowling.
Right, and the significance of this result is can be evidenced when you look at the 2 points that Bangladesh get and the remaining fixtures, which is what makes it more important. Bangladesh, with the win here, go to 4 points, having beaten Sri Lanka earlier. This result also confirms the exit for both Sri Lanka and Nepal. And now when you look at the remaining fixtures, Bangladesh against Nepal at the same venue, while Netherlands take on Sri Lanka in St Lucia. And the group is now Bangladesh's, or at least that second spot, Farveez, is Bangladesh's to lose now.
Against Nepal in the same ground in St Vincent gives a lot of advantage for Bangladesh. They know the conditions, they know how the pitch is playing. Only difference is going to be a night game. So apart from that, I think everything is going towards Bangladesh. And on paper, with all due respect towards Nepal, I reckon Bangladesh should pull it off and qualify as a second team going to the Super 8s.
Bangladesh?
100%. Nepal, they would put up a fight, but at the end of the day, with the kind of form Bangladesh is showing, and I feel they're putting themselves together really nicely. I just would love to see Shanto get a few runs, Litton get a few runs up the top, and with those guys firing and the middle order already firing, I think they could be a force to reckon with in the Super 8s. And Bangladesh historically have caused upsets. We could just see some upsets in the Super 8s as well.
Especially in a World Cup with lots of teams happening in the Caribbean. We remember what
Bangladesh did create a huge upset.
Yeah, India
back in
and
the
South
day.
Africa
Yes.
sure remember. I'm just going to sift through some of the questions that are coming through on our YouTube stream. Farveez, I'll take this to you. It comes from one of our regular commenters in Vijender Nalla. Is it fair to say that the poor winning percentage that Netherlands have while chasing is mainly down to the lack of a reliable finisher or a power hitter?
Like a reliable finisher, they have in Scott Edwards. I mean, he's a proven customer, especially in associate cricket as well as counter cricket. But just that, when you're coming up against a quality bowling lineup like Bangladesh, like Rishad Hussain, Mustafizur, top of his game, it's not going to be easy. Yes, power hitting, Barcelona, I was expecting a lot, seeing him in the past, but unfortunately he got a pitch of a delivery from Rishad Hussain. I mean, associate countries will only improve by playing high quality cricket at the highest level. So you just have to give them some time. Yes, these cricketers have been playing professionally in England and other leagues around the world. But in a World Cup crunch game, you just need some calm heads and some class and power hitters. But unfortunately, today is not to be for Netherlands.
Most of the rest of the comment section is a lot of jubilant Bangladesh fans. See lots of hearts, lots of Bangladesh flags. They do enjoy it. They know they're at the cusp of the Super 8. So well done and congratulations to the Bangladesh fans. We also have got a lot of interest in this group from Nepal. Our Nepalese viewers are enjoying it. And I saw a question from Sabin Shresht asking for the Nepal-South Africa preview. It'll be up very soon. We've spoken with Morne Morkel, who had the highest praise for what he's seen of Nepal. They've not had a lot to play here, but they were at last year's ODI World Cup qualifiers. So that preview with Morne Morkel, you'll find it on the ESPN Cricinfo mobile app shortly. Do you think Bangladesh need to focus on their opening pair? Comes from Salik Hassan Tuhin. If you have to nitpick, that is the one area where they need to improve if they are to progress to the Super 8s.
For sure, I would say not just their opening pair, but their top three. And I would completely agree with Farveez. What he was saying was to get Shanto at number 3, send Litton up the order. That would just give Litton Das that much more freedom to go and play attacking cricket. Because when as a batsman, when you come in one down, you always try and just play a few balls so that the team doesn't lose another wicket. Send Litton up top. Let him play with freedom. Get Shanto down, because anyway he's playing a more defensive kind of a T20 innings, and that's exactly where he should be at number 3. Litton up top, Shanto at number 3.
Right. I was hoping to have some questions from the Dutch perspective. We had one on the chase, but Farveez, it's not just the users. Our producers are keyed in. I know some of our producers love their associate cricket. So there's one question coming in. It's come in a losing cause, but how good were Aryan Dutt and Paul van Meekeren with the ball earlier in the day?
They were brilliant. I think Aryan Dutt was spot on. I mean, he had the luxury of bowling to 3 left-handers on a pitch which was slightly tacky. So that's where he got some bounce and some grip. And it was a master call by Netherlands to get him in the team and bowl him in the power play. Paul van Meekeren, we spoke in the review, me and Varun both said, hit that hard length with your height and you will be awkward to face. So that's where I thought Paul van Meekeren, he was bowling 130s, 132s, but the bounce was so awkward, it made real difficult. So these two players have done it in the past. They've been in the limelight, but just that on the day, those two bowled well. But apart from that, the rest of them, they lacked quality, they lacked plans, they lacked, I would say, planning when it comes to having the right feel as well. We spoke about bowling bouncers to Shakib and the rest of them having fine leg up, which was criminal in T20 cricket.
I see some comments and questions which I can't really pose here, which is usually the indicator that is when you wrap the user segment. Comments that I tried, but I can't share them out here. So thank you to our viewers for their questions. It's now time for us to tuck into a rapid-fire review of Bangladesh versus Netherlands. I will start with you, Varun. Telling contributions in both the wins. How impressed are you by Rashad Hussain?
I think Rashad Hussain is one of those young bowlers who've been found out of nowhere, and who are just showing us what true talent can do. He's just come in, bowled fearlessly, given a lot of flight. He's used guile to get batsmen out. He's not one of those modern T20 bowlers who are just firing every ball in. But we're getting to see some really good spin, like traditional spin bowling, which a lot of, for example, Harbhajan Singh would love to see, because he always talks about bowlers not tossing the ball up anymore. So Rashad Hussain is definitely one of those bowlers to look out for in the future.
Right. Got a bit over time. Farveez, you seem to have a reaction
timed
on
out.
Rashad.
Yeah, Varun timed out. You got it 20 seconds.
I've given one answer for 2 answers.
Wouldn't be a Bangladesh game involving a Sri Lankan if there wasn't a mention of timeout. Well done, Farveez. Now I come to you. Could the Dutch middle order have done anything different to change the result?
I thought they were in the chase. Just that the 15th over was the killer blow. 2 wickets, especially Engelbrecht, who is in good form, looked the player who wanted to bat deep into the innings, losing his wicket, and Barsalides made a name for himself as a finisher. Losing the same was the killer blow for Netherlands.
In the nick of time, you're winning this battle with Varun. Varun, 47 runs in the last 4 overs. Did the death bowling cost Netherlands the game?
For sure, I think they didn't have their plans clear enough, and not just their plans, their field placing wasn't good enough. Because if you're bowling a certain kind of ball, you have to have the field to support that, and that's where they were lacking today. I think they would take a lot of experience from this game and from the previous games to come back stronger in whichever tournament they play next.
Farveez, to you next. Your verdict on Bangladesh and their bowling plans, did they get all of it spot on?
I think most of it. Some of the maximums when the left-hander Vikramjit was going on, that was good strokes. You just have to give the credit to the batters. But apart from that, I was very impressed with the captaincy of Shanto. He was very proactive rather than reactive. He was bringing the changes. Example, Mahmood Al-Riyad to the left-hander Vikramjit straight away, got his wicket, took him out, and got the leg spinner in a couple of wickets. So overall, I thought he was very impressive.
Oh yeah, that was. I think Farveez is matching me now with.
It's an even fight now. Yeah. So you get the final word here. Within 20 seconds, Varun Aaron. Coming good in a pressure game with very little runs behind him of late. Did Shakib Al Hasan show the value of his experience today?
For sure. This is exactly where the big players come in big matches. This was a must-win match for Bangladesh, especially after their last loss. And Shakib Al Hasan, obviously he didn't get the runs, didn't get the wickets in the previous game. Today he obviously contributed with the bat, but he would have loved to get the odd wicket.
Perfect. Bang on time. Well done, Varun Aaron. You can earn that little win over Farveez Maharoof. And I think with that, it's also time for us to call time on this evening's proceedings. Thank you so much, Farveez Maharoof and Varun Aaron, for your company through Bangladesh versus Netherlands. Bangladesh winning by 25 runs, 2 big points for them. And they, it would appear, are the likeliest to take the second spot from Group D. The action comes thick and fast, so the ESPN Cricinfo mobile app should be your home if you haven't downloaded it already. Do it right away. Faster scores and a lot more. There are so many games coming up now that we're heading into a weekend, including one that starts in just over half an hour from now, where England take on Oman with a win, the bare minimum they need. They have to look at the net run rate as well. All the scenarios for all the groups, you will have it covered on the ESPN Cricinfo mobile app. So download it and be sure to join us the next time. Thank you for your company tonight. See you soon. This was Maruti Suzuki Arena presents ESPN Cricinfo Timeout, powered by Dish TV. Watch show.
Introducing the epic new Swift. Time to go swifting.
वॉचो ऐप पे देखो एक OTT के दाम पे सारे OTT शान से।
Watch